This morning, I woke up to this very viral video of Justin Trudeau speaking, and as I'm looking into the comments, people were singing. They were like, based, 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 boomsy, boomsy, boomsy. And I'm like, whoa. Justin Trudeau based? Like, that's the last word that I would use to describe his administration. I mean, we're talking about individuals that got an SS Waffen Nazi, and they applauded him in the parliament. Goodness gracious. Like, how did that happen? Like, not a single person knows how to use Google? Like, I understand that people can make mistakes. And I understand that people can be historically illiterate, especially politicians. Like, the last people you would expect to know about history. But why did they all applaud? Like, not a single one chose not to applaud. Are they like lemmings? It's like, if one person starts applauding, they all go like, like not one of them can use their own brain. Do they rely on fact checkers constantly, right? So is this administration we're talking about? Is this administration the one that's best? You know what? Let's give them a chance. Let's see what he has to say.
Now that the ICC has issued warrants for Prime Minister
Oh my goodness, the ICC. Oh.
Benjamin Netanyahu and his former defense minister Yoav Gallant, Canadian law enforcement is obligated to arrest them should they
Gonna arrest Benjamin Trudeau? Is the might of Canada going to descend on the Prime Minister of Israel?
come to Canada. Will you allow that to happen, or will you
Will you allow it, Trudeau? Will you stand for that?
step in to prevent an arrest?
You're gonna honor the international agreements, Trudeau? I mean, look at it. Grave concern, right? Serious face on. Serious face on. This lady isn't serious. She's not taking the situation seriously.
First of all, as Canada has always said, it's really important that everyone abide by international law.
Especially the truckers.
This is something we've been calling on from the beginning of the conflict. We are one of the founding members of the International Criminal Court.
We did this to you, Benny. We did this to you. We founded the ICC. We are responsible.
The International Court of Justice.
Look how happy she is. Oh my goodness. Is this how you make a Canadian woman happy? You talk about the ICC and she's like smiling at the camera.
Stand up for international.
Like, yeah, tell him, tell him, you tell him, boy, you tell him, Trudeau, tell him. No, seriously, look at her facial expression.
Law, and we will abide by all the regulations and rulings of the international courts. This is just who we are as Canadians.
All right. I don't think it's based. Goodness gracious, V, why would you say that? How can you not think it's based? V, you gotta think it's based. Everyone thinks it's based. Why are you like this, V? Why are you like this? If they wanted to arrest the man, they would have announced it publicly, you fucking morons. Like, when you say something like this, you're basically telling the man never come to Canada, which I don't think he was planning to anyway. It's not like this is a 20-year-old gentleman, you know, Benjamin Netanyahu. He's not in his 20 and he's looking at 80 more years of his life and God knows what he's going to do 40 years from now. No, he's basically telling him, well, actually, he's not even telling him. He's telling other member states, whenever there's something that you're organizing, like, I don't know, a climate summit, a military conference where Israel is invited, like anything that you're organizing where Israel could be invited, don't fucking organize it in Canada. Because we're going to have to arrest him. And we don't want to do that. If they wanted to arrest him, like seriously, like use your brain for a little bit. Like if they wanted to arrest him, they would have been vague about it. Like, you know, the United States is vague with Taiwan. It's like, are you going to support Taiwan? I don't know. I mean, maybe, who knows? We respect China, but we also respect Taiwan, you know? Like that's how politicians talk when they mean business. They leave it ambiguously. And he would have to say, well, you know, like, who knows? Who knows? Right? Like that's how he should have framed it if he actually was going to arrest the man. Because obviously he's not going to send the Canadian Special Forces in Israel to bring him to the ICC. Fuck. And then it's also the question, like, what exactly does he have to lose by saying this? Like, absolutely nothing. Right? It's not like Israel is going to look at Canada negatively. Because at the end of the day, believe it or not, even if Benjamin Netanyahu has a lot of authority in Israel, he can't basically say, oh, well, Justin Trudeau hurt my feelings, so now we're going to punish Canada. Call the banker. You know, like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't have anything to lose. It's not like the United States is going to say, oh my goodness, look how he's talking about the Prime Minister of Israel. We need to start sanctions. Actually, we're going to do even worse. We're going to start deporting all of the actors that said they will leave after Trump wins. We're going to start pushing them over the Canadian border like Turkey does to Greece. We're going to do that. It's like, obviously not, right? So he's got nothing to lose. Now, if you look at the situation on the left, like the far left, the extreme left, they're with Palestine. I mean, they are part of the left-leaning identity politics that was taught to them in academia, which is, like, they're not very smart people, okay? Like the foot soldiers of the left. They're not very smart people, so when they look at identity politics, they don't understand the academic, well, you know, like whiteness doesn't actually mean white people. It means capitalism, it means the patriarchy system of oppression. No, they understand like a cisgender white man, bad. Capitalism, bad. Crush the fash. You know, that's what they get. They look at Benjamin Netanyahu, they see a white person over there, cisgender, heteronormative, he's got a wife. I was like, oh, well, awful, like Palestinian, Muslims, good people. Right, like that's the understanding of a lot of left-leaning people. I'm not saying it's wrong or not, but I'm telling you how their brain works, right? So, like, when they're looking at Justin Trudeau, yes, Justin Trudeau against the cisgender heteronormative, good. You know, it's like, he's actually getting points with his base, is what I'm trying to say, in a more funny manner. So when you see, like, people saying, oh, we may have treated Trudeau unfairly, he may not be so bad after all, like, he hasn't done anything, he just flapped his mouth. Now, if Justin Trudeau was to actually somehow arrest Benjamin Netanyahu, then I would say, you know what, yeah, fuck it, he has balls. He's got balls. Interesting how he didn't say he's going to arrest Putin. that would be interesting, right? That would actually create an international conflict. But I don't think even Putin would go there, right? Because, like, Putin already went to another country that was a member of the ICC. And went like, fuck are you going to do? Are you going to arrest me? Right? But it was a small, I think it was like an African country or something like that. And it's like, well, yeah, they're not going to be at war with Russia. It's just, I understand the ICC is crazy, but they're not going to send their sons and fathers to fight against Russia, you know? So, when it comes to stuff like this, yeah, like, I don't think that Benjamin Netanyahu is ever going to set foot in Canada. Like, this is basically what's happening. He's telling the international order, like, other countries, other NGOs, other, you know, like, anyone that wants to start a meeting or to start any type of event where Benjamin Netanyahu is invited, especially while he is still prime minister, don't do it in Canada. Like, this is the purpose of the video. Because, again, if you want to arrest someone, you don't announce like, yeah, well, if he steps foot, we're going to have to. No. Man, I wish people would think for themselves a little bit, like, before going to base. If I was him, I would have said the same shit. It's like, he's only getting political clout from this. He's only winning from saying this, and he's losing absolutely nothing. Especially when you look at the popularity of Benjamin Netanyahu. It's in decline. Like, even people in Israel are starting not to like him. So, like, no one cares. Absolutely no one cares. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.